Hello, guys. Welcome back. Let's jump on into chapter 28. Let me get a quick sip of water. All right, let's jump in. Tuesday began with a flurry of activity. Hazel's button had definitely been noticed. Before school even started, the library was filled with children, parents, and teachers, all trying to find out more about the Please Save the Library campaign. Come on, said Alfie. Let's listen. And before Eddie could stop him, he ran right out into the open, racing pell-mell along the electrical cord. Eddie gasped and dashed for him. Seconds later, they were both huddled behind a gray plastic box with cords plugged into it, like the legs of an octopus. Alfie was quiet, a situation that might have been something to do with Eddie's deathly tight grip on his mandibles. Together, they listened to a group of adult squishers. Parents, guessed Eddie. I don't get it, said a mother. Save the library from what? Miss Vish, do you know? The Visher cleared her throat. Perhaps excessive costs. Costs, said a father. That doesn't make sense. Of course there will be costs. Look at these terrific new books. The Visher tried again. But we have the internet now. And the internet, said someone else. Ha! Ask the internet something and you get 1,000 answers, most of them useless. How are kids supposed to deal with that? My kids love this library, said the father. Well then, what are we saving it from? I don't know, said the first mother, but it's all Hazel talks about. It has something to do with Miss Cavendish, said a father who had just arrived. Remember when we read to her dog? Charlotte Bolte, said the first mother. Everyone laughed. Alfie, meanwhile, was squirming madly. He noticed a group of children on the other side of the desk having their own conversation. Come on, he yelled, breaking free from Eddie's grip. Fortunately, the adult squishers were too busy to notice a small black bug running helter-skelter along the wall, followed closely by a larger green bug. Alfie charged underneath a book cart. Eddie was right behind. He dragged his little brother over to a cartwheel. That's it. You stay here. Shh, said Alfie. They'll hear you. But the children, like adults, were too busy to notice the bugs. There were 4 of them, kneeling on the floor. What are you guys doing? A newly arrived boy asked Hazel. Making posters, said Hazel. Marigold thought it up. Want to make one? Here's a look at mine. She held it so that the boy could see. Eddie and Alfie could see, too. It had drawings of books and book characters around the edges. In the middle were large printed letters that said, Please save the library. Wellesley from room 19 spoke next. Want to see mine? It said, Please save the Ferny Creek Library. Hey, said Hazel. Cool. Yeah, said Marigold. And the printing looks like the stickies. That was just the start. The hubbub went on all day. Posters, buttons, chatter. In the small world of Ferny Creek Library, the story of the little yellow stickies was becoming a very big deal. It spread through the school like mayflies on a warm spring evening. Nobody quite understood what was going on. Well, of course not. How could they? But everyone was intrigued. The question on everyone's mind was the same. Save the library from what? That was the question the reporter from the Ferndale Centennial asked when she visited the library that afternoon. Save the library from what? She asked Miss Vish, pen and notebook in hand. Why are you asking me? Replied the Visher. Why don't you ask the principal? But the principal, it seems, was busy somewhere else. He didn't turn up in the library till late afternoon, and when he did, he was bouncing on his toes. Oh, Miss Vish, he said, isn't it wonderful? All this support, this interest in the library? The Visher didn't answer. Yes, well, said the principal. Here's what I wanted to tell you. Some parents have been asking, quite a few parents actually, and they're meeting tonight, whether we might change the name of our library. The teachers have asked the same thing. They all feel it's long overdue. So what do you think about changing the name of our Ferny Creek Library to, he paused for the effect, the Louisa May Cavendish Memorial Library? The principal clapped gleefully, apparently hoping the Visher would join in. I spoke to Miss Glossop, and it's possible. Oh, my goodness. That Gregory Cavendish himself will come for the ceremony. We'll go all out. Cookies, juice, balloons. The sky's the limit. A party, Miss Vish. Yay! Yelled Alfie. What? Said the Fisher. What? Did you hear that? Hear what? Said the principal. That squeaky sound. What squeaky sound, Miss Vish? Are you quite... Yay! There it is again. Just like last week. The talking sticky. I showed it to you, Mr. Steeman, last Friday. Don't you hear that sound now? No, said the principal. What happened next wasn't exactly clear to the bugs, but Mr. Steeman made the mistake of mentioning tea again. Tea? Said the Fisher. Again with the tea? Will you please stop offering me tea, Mr. Steeman? Just stop it. After the principal left, he retreated very quickly. The Fisher phoned her brother. That's it, she told him. I've had it. I am leaving Ferny Creek. I am never coming back. Beneath the desk, Eddie was holding his brother in a 4-footed headlock. There would be no more yays from Alfie. Excuse me. No, Albert, or Robert, I'm not saying there's a ghost here. The truth is, I don't know what it is. All I know is that there's something very peculiar in this library that's been against us from the start. There was a silence. Then the Fisher stamped her foot. No, it's not just a few kids in stickies. Why don't you come here and see for yourself? It's teachers, parents, reporters. It's the relatives of the dead volunteer. Is that enough for you? Or shall I add Facebook and Twitter? Eddie let Alfie go. He made a zipper motion across his mouth, signaling silence. Well, my advice is, drop the whole thing. Find something else to close. Ferny Creek School is attached to its library like gum to a shoe. And by the way, Robert, I heard your name mentioned here today, and not in a good way. Watch your step. This time, when the Fisher left, the door slammed shut behind her, as if it was hastening her on her way. It slammed loud enough to make even a bug jump. Kabang! All right, guys, come back for chapter 29.